Indiana Pork would like to welcome all the exhibitors to the 2024 NJSA Exposition here in Indianapolis. We're looking forward to having all of you join us and have an enjoyable time here in Indianapolis at the 2024 Exposition.
In order to enter a show pig family has to have a premise ID for entry. So we're already one step ahead there with the premise ID. I think what's really neat about AgView and what AgView can offer the show pig community is just that next step of traceability. Traceability is such an intricate thing relative to animal agriculture right now. And as show pig families, we have the ability to really identify our pigs, where they're going, where they've been, how long they've been there. And in the event of a foreign animal disease, I think the traceability of show pigs is vitally important for the sustainability of our industry.
So AgView is a web-based platform that was created by the National Pork Board with pork checkoff dollars as basically a great tool to help us in the event of a foreign animal disease outbreak or potentially even following disease here in the United States. Once you set up an AgView account, you are the owner of that information and it is securely held. You determine who has access to it. So if you wanted to grant access to your local veterinarian, you can, or to your state animal health official, your state veterinarian, you may do so. Basically, it allows a producer to securely go in and enter where their pigs are located and those pig movements. And then on a case-by-case basis, they are able to share that information with their state animal health official.
I think we're really fortunate here in Indiana. We have both a very vibrant exhibition community as well as a very robust commercial swine industry. And so of course, you know, both of those segments of the industry are so important both to our economy and just to our culture here in Indiana.
Well, here at the Board of Animal Health, we're encouraged by a new tool that's being developed and is in its pilot and developmental stage called AgView. And I would encourage you to take a look at that because it's one of those tools where we can maintain traceability of animals, particularly swine in this case, across the country. We've been participating at the Board of Animal Health in those pilot initiatives that are taking place from the National Pork Board through Indiana Pork, and we would encourage you to take a close look at that and participate in that program. Again, our traceability is so critically important to make sure our country is free of disease, or if we should happen to diagnose it, we can rapidly detect it on the landscape. So take a hard look at AgView, understand its attributes, understand what it can do not only for the exhibition industry, but in support of the commercial industry as well. So I'd encourage you to utilize the electronic 840 tags. Have that information on your certificate of veterinary inspection as you come to the expo or frankly other events that you have, because it supports that traceability mechanism out across our country that's so critical to keeping us free.
Yeah, I think as show pig producers, we need to do our part to make sure we have a secure pork supply in the United States, not only for our industry, but our commercial counterparts as well. We need to realize that we're a small part of the big picture in terms of the pork supply here in the U.S. and we need to work together as show pig producers and commercial producers and niche producers to go ahead and work together to ensure that the U.S. continues to have a secure, fundamentally secure pork supply to ensure that we've got affordable food for people here and all across the world.
I think the other aspect of AgView that's really important and vital to consider is that it's really several steps beyond the CVI. I think in our show pig community right now, we're very used to the requirement for a CVI, and that health paper has been part of the culture of showing and exhibiting pigs for a very long time. But the CVI really doesn't have as much information as AgView can if we all utilize AgView and use it to its full capacity.
Now that you've heard about traceability and the AgView program, we're teaming up with the National Pork Board to launch an initiative to pilot exhibitors using the AgView platform. We'll be glad to help you get signed up on an AgView account with ourselves at Indiana Pork in collaboration with the Kentucky Pork Producers and the Ohio Pork Council. And we'll be glad to show you all the ins and outs, but we also would like to hear your feedback after participating in that pilot of AgView.
But the reality is that we're all working on this together, and we need to understand that collectively we can be successful. We want this to be successful for your expo, for example, but to also continue the opportunity to exhibit animals because of the value it brings. The opportunity to compete, to work with an animal, to understand animal welfare and proper care of an animal. Observation of biosecurity, and we've talked about traceability and keeping populations free of disease. So these are all important. They're not only important in Indiana, they're important for us as a country as we work to preserve and protect the agricultural assets of the nation. So I appreciate your participation, I appreciate your interest and your focus on making sure that our animal populations stay healthy, and I hope you have a great exposition.